Okay, hey y'all. As you can see, I'm doing a video for the SeaMoss. I got this SeaMoss from Ty's Conscious Kitchen. And this is how it looks. It comes in this nice little packaging. I already have it set up. Got my bowl here. So I just cut it open. If you are a new SeaMoss user and you don't use it, you don't know if you're gonna like it or whatnot, I would suggest that you only use half a bag at a time. But me and my family, we get it. So I'm gonna use this whole bag. As you can see, it's a little sandy. Well, you probably can't see. It's a little blurry. Oh, you know what? Do I have it on the right thing? That's why. I got it on portrait. Okay, now that's gonna be way better right there. Now, as you can see, or maybe you can't see, but the lighting's not all that great. It has sand in it. See the stuff kind of falling out, so I'm gonna use the whole thing. So what I do is I just give it a good rinse, and then I drain it. So I'm gonna use cool water and fill it up. Let it fill up there. And I'm just kind of rubbing it while it's rinsing. You see the water is kind of cloudy, right? A lot of sand and things on there. It's going to sit overnight, so I wouldn't worry about having to, you know, do anything. And then it's another kind that I get from, that I was getting from Amazon, and it says it's raw, but it's not wild caught. You want wild caught because you don't want them, I guess it might not be nothing wrong with it because they're growing it, but when you get to mass producing things and, you know, doing things a certain way, it changes, you know. And I did notice a difference in the product, even though it was less expensive. These are pretty good prices, but that was just, you know, I always look for the best deal. So now I'm rinsing it again. And I'm gonna take it and put it in there. I'm gonna use distilled water. I usually use spring water, but I'm running kind of low on my spring water, so I'm just going to I just rinse it with this water. You probably should do that with spring and distilled water as well, but I just make sure that when I sit it overnight. And I'm rubbing it, just trying to get off any debris or anything. But again, it's gonna be sitting in water for 24 hours, so it should be just fine. Okay, it can be any kind of spring water, you know, it ain't gotta be nothing fancy. I drink Deer Park because that's down here, that's the closest one I could find that has a good, I know the plastic and everything, but it has a good pH balance, and also it's spring water. So trying to find a good pH balance and spring water can be difficult, but I recycle. I'm gonna cover it all the way. Let me get it. All right, so I'm gonna cover it, make sure it's completely covered. And it's gonna swell up some, so I'm just gonna push it under there. 2 bottles is enough. I'm not gonna use all my good spring water, child. I have a distiller, so that's why I usually use my distiller, so then I'm not missing out on any money. But you see it there, and I'm just going to cover it with some saran wrap and let it sit on the table overnight for 24 hours. As you can see, this is 24 hours later. It's been sitting here covered in saran wrap. I just removed that. It swole a little bit. Well, it's actually a little more than 24 hours, just because I didn't get around to doing it last night. I usually do it in the morning. So that's what it looks like. So we're going to go to the next step. Okay, so I have a clean strainer, and what I'm going to do is pour the SeaMoss in here and the dirty water. Well, actually, I don't like to pour the dirty water back on top of it. So I just kind of do it like that. You can pour it all in there if you want, but I'm like, it kind of defeat the purpose because, you know, all that sand and things in there, you don't want to pour it back on top of it. So you see the water looks kind of, you know, cloudy. I'm gonna pour it under. Alright. So then you're just gonna rinse it off. I do another rinse. Of course, you can use and I kind of rub it as I'm rinsing it. Of course, you can use the spring water, which is recommended. Spring water, or
is the best. Or you can use, look, it's still early, y'all. Forgive me. You can use spring water, or you can use some distilled water. But spring water is the best because it has all the vitamins and minerals and everything. I'm just using tap water. Rinse it, and I'm going to kind of give it a little shake, as you'll see. So I take it, it's like kind of big pieces. So I shake it. I have my clean kitchen scissors here. And so I just cut it into small bite-sized pieces, and I put it in a bowl over here. And sometimes I usually put it over the bowl, you know, hold it over the bowl and just cut, so then whatever falls. But I don't think y'all be able to see that on camera. So that's pretty much that step. Just cut it all up until you get it to pieces, you know, edible size pieces. You don't want it too big, because nobody wants to pull. I mean, it's going to go too fast if you leave these big pieces, because my kids will eat this whole thing and then get another piece and say, oh, I only got one piece, you know. So, alright, so that's that. Okay, so these are the ingredients we'll be using. Olive oil. I use specific kinds because of how they make it and what's really good and authentic and all that kind of stuff. So I use this kind, this California olive ranch kind. Turmeric oil, turmeric I don't always use. I'm using it right now, but I don't really like the taste of it, so I just put a really little in there. It's just really for health purposes. Italian seasoning, I always use this, but not, you know, the brands don't matter, but sometimes I just put oregano, parsley too. I put oregano, parsley. I put all the ingredients in here, which are, hold on, let's see, Italian or marjoram. I don't know. I never put that one in there because I'm not familiar with it. But thyme, rosemary, sage, oregano, and basil I put in there on my own. Sometimes I don't use the Italian seasoning when I'm out, but I like the Italian seasoning. Sea salt, Himalayan pink sea salt, or just regular sea salt, whatever. And onion powder. Doesn't have to be a specific brand. If you can get organic, get organic. But I use so much, and I haven't found a big bottle of a thing of organic onion. So these are the ingredients. And parsley. I'm gonna add parsley to it because I really like the health benefits of parsley, so I'm gonna add that in there as well. Okay, because that's not in the Italian season. Okay, so basically what I do is first I take the olive oil, because since you're using a lot of seasonings, you don't want them to stick in, you know, stick into I'm drizzling, by the way. I usually just do a capful. So if you do a capful, maybe I'm using a whole container, so maybe 3 capfuls. I guess this is about a tablespoon. So about 3 tablespoons of olive oil if you're using a whole pack. 1.5 if you're using less. And then I go in with the salt. Well, I usually do the onion powder first. It really doesn't matter after you get the olive oil on there. It just helps the seasoning to kind of stick to the doggone SeaMoss, you know. And I just pretty much cover it to the top. Now you don't want to use too much onion powder. I might have, because I like the onion powder and I like the effects of onions and all the health benefits and so forth. But you don't want to use too much onion, because and definitely don't use too much turmeric, because turmeric doesn't have a good taste. But onion, if you put too much on it, it'll kind of mess you up. I kind of eyeball it, and yours is going to vary depending on your flavors and what you like. Also, you can try different things as well. So at this point, you can either take something like this and mix it, or you can take your hand and mix it. I do this. That's why I use this bowl to make it a little simpler, and just shake, 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 shake. Okay, and get it right. It really don't take all that much shaking. I just was feeling it, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just be feeling it. And then there we go. That's what it looks like. So let me taste and see. I need a little more salt. A little more salt. So I'm going to hook that up right there. I love how the Italian seasoning tastes. Sometimes it gets stuck on the side. So I just take it and rub it up against the side so you can get all that seasoning on there like that. Okay,
thank you for watching. So that is how you make the SeaMoss sNaCk, or how I make the SeaMoss sNaCk. And I done brought it up to my room. I'm supposed to be I'm supposed to be doing this video, but I was like, I should bring it up here just so y'all know. Just so y'all know. You know what I'm saying? No, it's real. Okay? So, the SeaMoss sNaCk, as far as storage, you can store this, I do it with the top in the refrigerator. You can use saran wrap. You can put it in a little jar. However you want to do it. I do recommend covering it because it'll dry out. And then it does, like, it catches the smells from other stuff. So you taste it and it kind of, it don't really taste like something else, but it, you know, it got the smell to it and just mess everything up. And it'll get hard and crunchy. Now, I like the different textures of it. I mean, because it's hard now. Kind of like rubbery type of, maybe. But I like the texture now. I also like the texture. I have set it out on the table for a week instead of putting it in the refrigerator just to see. It didn't seem to go bad at all. That's the thing. I've had the gelled version in my refrigerator before for a long period of time. I say maybe a month. And I just because it was in the back and I was using it for the skin products, because I use, y'all see my skin? I use it for the skin product that I created for eczema, psoriasis, and dermatitis. There's some SeaMoss in there, and that's one of the key ingredients, right? And so I have that, and I made big jars of it and put it in there and everything like that, and they never got used. The only thing that happened is it separated. I didn't see any mold. I didn't see any of that stuff. I did, you know, get rid of it just because it was there for such a long time, and I'm not sure of, you know, if it has an expiration or not. So I use it. We usually eat it up within a week. 2 weeks max. I would keep it for 2 weeks max and then throw it out, just because we don't know. I mean, it's not put anywhere, you know what I mean? There's no way to know it, but I didn't see it go bad. And even after, I think I've tried some before after. It wasn't in this form, it was in the gel form, which I'll also do a video for how to make it into a gel. But I bought it from Ty's Conscious Kitchen. I think I said that. I've also bought it on Amazon before, but it's more expensive on Amazon. And even if you find one, always make sure that it says raw, wild, or wild caught. Okay, you want wild caught, because it can be raw all day, but they making it in a lab or making it wherever. And I'm not sure that that's such a bad thing, but I noticed the difference. I noticed the difference. So yeah, like the kind that says raw, but it doesn't say wild caught. It has like these strings on the side of it. It feels unauthentic. I'm not sure if that's a normal thing. There's also a guy on Instagram. He's from Jamaica, and he makes it all the time. I'm gonna put his link below as well. That he makes it as well. It's more expensive, and he also has the purple kind, and I want to try those, especially coming straight from the island. I want to try. I'm not sure where Thai Conscious Kitchen get his, but it's a really good brand. I use it, and it tastes authentic, and it does the job. Every time I'm eating it consistently, my nails grow. I feel better. I put up a video. SeaMoss. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't help it. SeaMoss for your cycle. Helps your cycle, helps you to, I guess, to balance or to make sure you get all the minerals and vitamins you need. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns about this, please leave them down below in the comment section. Thank you to the person who told me to do this. I'm just telling y'all, I didn't even show y'all, so now I showed you, so you know, and you can get your body together, get your skin popping too. Okay, I'm too excited. Alright, y'all, come on back. I have videos for you every Thursday, so I'll be back.
The Getwell Healing Oil has been very instrumental in helping me clear my skin. Of course, I'm doing it from the inside out, but if you suffer from psoriasis, eczema, and or dermatitis like me, you should get a bottle. Go to 1687give.org or lockasharan.com and under the store section and try a bottle today.